Paul Thomas, Seneca Lake Wine Trail, here with Dave Mansfield, co-owner and one of the brothers of Three Brothers Winery and Estates. Dave, thanks for coming out this afternoon.
You're welcome. Glad to be here.
And we're here standing on the deck of Stony Lonesome, one of your three wineries here in the facility, among other stuff we'll talk about here in a minute. If you could, just give the viewers a quick overview of what Three Brothers is all about and what you offer. As brief as you can make it, given how complex it is.
We're all about fun.
Yeah.
We're about something for everyone. And that's really what describes Three Brothers is. You're at Stony Lonesome. This is the kind of place where you get your drier wines, your dessert wines, and some of the finer things that the wineries have to offer. All of this is in Stony Lonesome for the dry, discerning drinker. So you move over to Passion Feet. It's a little more fun. The wines are semi-sweet, there's wine slushies, there's a little shopping. So that's kind of geared towards the ladies and the semi-sweet wine drinkers. And then you move down the trail to Bagdare, and we have sweet wines, just plain sweet wines down there. A lot of vinifera wines that are sweet. So we have, your dry wines, your semi-sweets, and your sweets, and then you move on to the microbrewery. That's called Warhorse Brewing Company, and so you have wine any way you like it, and you have beer. If you really don't want wine that day, and I don't understand why, but we have beer for you anyway.
Well, and you've also got root beer, right? Or you sometimes make non-alcoholic kind of sodas.
Yes, root beer is a big hit for us, and we're coming out with 3 more lines of sodas, and that should be really taking off for us as well.
And also one of the world's only, if not the world's only, Riesling ale.
It is the world's only.
It is the world's only Riesling ale.
So far.
It's tasty.
It is, and that's made with actual Riesling juice right from our vineyard. So it's not Riesling, it's not beer wine. It's juice that's made into beer.
Yeah, gotcha.
So.
And now you can see, the viewers will notice, we're virtually surrounded by grapevines.
Right.
These are your vines.
Yep.
A lot of your wines are probably made, particularly I assume at Stony Lonesome, from the grapes that you guys have grown. Is that correct?
Every single bottle made at Stony Lonesome is an estate wine. So that's right off about 30 acres of grapes behind us. We have the oldest Merlot grapes in New York State, the oldest Cabernet Sauvignon, the oldest Sauvignon Blanc grapes.
In New York State?
In New York State.
Really?
Yep. And the first commercially produced Pinot Noir.
I'll be darned. I did not know that. I assumed that those would have been out in, Brotherhood or downstate more so.
No, these were planted by Cornell as an experimental grape station way back in 1980s, early 80s. And they're the oldest ones in the state.
Now, for people who visited here before, Dave, things never stop changing here at Three Brothers.
That's right.
You've always got something new going on. If you would tell the viewers about some of the newer developments and the slushy station.
Yeah, well, we built a new store because everybody was packed into Passion Feet, which is where we did a lot of our shopping in there. And so we built a new store, and now you can shop for wine a lot easier, away from the crowd, and make your decisions a little bit easier with the more space. We have a slushy hut, a regular slushy hut building, and that's interesting because a lot of people actually like their wine in the summer ground up with ice and made into a slushy, and so it's still a great way to sell wine because you use wine in it, and people can take it with them. It's a cup with a lid on it and a straw, and people can take it with them, and not if they're driving.
Of course not.
On the bus.
Of course, on the bus,
Yeah.
in the limo. But it's delicious, though.
Yeah.
I mean, it's so refreshing. It really is. Not that you want to drink that. I still even want a nice cold glass of Riesling with my dinner. But as a treat, kind of dessert, refreshing treat, they are great.
So, new thing coming up with that, we are going to open a cidery this fall. And so we've already built a new building for that in the back, which I'll show you later. And we just finished developing the world's first hard cider slushy.
Oh, no way!
So
I've never heard of such a thing. That's awesome. Was that your idea?
Yeah.
Oh, good for you.
It's called Appaloosa. So it's like the same packages of the slushy mix, but it's made for hard cider.
I'll be darned.
Yeah.
You're going to sell a couple of those units of those, I imagine.
I think we will.
I think you will.
Tastes pretty good. Kind of like apple pie, a little cinnamon, a little vanilla.
It's not ready for me to take home today, is it?
No.
Okay.
No,
gotcha.
actually the boxes came in yesterday.
Okay.
Packages will be in next week, and the cider is made.
Oh, so by the time people start viewing this,
yeah,
it's available.
Absolutely.
Now you guys do you're a pretty large facility, but as you alluded to, you've got the 3 different wineries. You got the slushy What'd you call it?
Well, wine slushies
And so you got all these buildings,
Right.
a pretty substantial compound. You also have some big events, some really cool events that you do
Right.
every single year. If you could elaborate on a couple of the biggest, bestest ones.
All right. Well, besides the trail events, which are always big here,
Yeah.
so people come a lot. You get a lot of people that come to the Finger Lakes for the trail events, and they're big time for us. But we do wine stock, and wine stock is June 28th this year.
Usually towards the end of June, typically, right?
Middle or end of June.
Gotcha.
You always fight in the graduation weekend or the cold weather before it. So,
Yeah.
and then after that, it's July 4th, and nobody wants to come out.
Right.
So that's a big event. We have bands going all day. We have a lot of vendors here, probably 30 vendors here, a lot of different people cooking different things. And, the highlight is about 20 other wineries from the Finger Lakes on our property. So we share the day with, a Fox Run and an Anthony Road and Miles and those guys. They all come down, they all pour wine and sell wine. So you can come to that. It's like a wine festival, and there's music and there's a lot of things to do. There's cigar rollers, there's this guy, there's all kinds of things to do. So
Well, and that serves a good purpose. It's a noble
Right.
purpose. Tell the viewer, if you can, a little bit about it. I don't want to get too
Yep.
nerdy on it with the
No.
details of the industry, but tell us what Wine Stock accomplishes.
it benefits the New York Wine Industry Association. And what those guys do is they're the people that go to Albany and fight. So when bills come up that really aren't going the way for the Finger Lakes or don't make sense for the Finger Lakes or our industry, we really don't have an arm out there that actually can go down to Albany and touch base with these people and see what's going on. So there's environmental issues going on. There's, sales issues for wine going on. There's expansion of wine going on, and just opportunities that a lot of times we don't hear about that these guys are kind of in tune with. But it's a great association, and this is like their major fundraiser for the year.
Excellent. And then another event?
Vino and the Beast.
Yes.
You like that one?
I like that one. It was a
Right.
really cool event.
Right. So, it's grown. It's 600 people the first year, and last year we had 1,000 people. This year they're expecting 2,000 runners.
Yeah,
Which-
plus they're entourage.
Right. Plus, another 1,000 to 2,000 people that come with them to see them run and celebrate afterwards. So, it's a great big event. It's a really neat, because they run through the vineyards.
It's a mutter race, to clarify.
yep.
And it's run by an outfit that manages these events really
Right.
well out of Rochester, right?
Right.
So yeah, they run through the vineyards, and what else?
They run through our vineyard.
Yep.
They run through Zugaby's vineyard. They go through their pond. They climb walls. They go through under the grapes.
Oh, they gotta run around,
yes.
right?
Then
with
they
the
carry
posts on their
grape posts,
shoulders?
and
That's
then
so
they have to
awesome.
come up that last hill carrying a vineyard post.
I
So
remember taking some pictures of gals doing that.
they're pretty wiped out when they get done, but they all like wine slushies after that.
I bet they do. But yeah, and then they hang out here, and it's
Yeah.
a nice party,
They
nice
hang
fun
out
time
here,
afterwards.
huge tent, bands going all during the night, up to about 10:30, 11 o'clock. So it's a great event.
Anything else you want to touch on, Dave?
That's about it. I just want to say on behalf of the Seneca Wine Trail that, the business that we have for the events and the people that they bring in here are the people that come back for all these other events.
Right.
So, the Wine Trail and those events bring these people to our wineries. Once they see it, then they come
back out.
Once they taste it, it's hard to sell wine without people tasting it.
Right.
So once we get them here and they can taste our wine and taste our beer,
Customers for life.
Yeah, and they do come back and they repeat all around the lake.
Yep.
So
Good stuff. Well, Dave
Yeah.
Mansfield, brother, one of the three brothers.
there are a couple brothers.
There are a couple brothers.
I don't let them come here.
They've been banned from their
They've
own
been
winery.
banned.
But your lovely wife, however,
That's
is
right.
here often helping out.
That's right. My
So-
wife is the co-owner along with Erica Policelli.
Oh, well, and also to clarify, too, before we cut off, like many wineries, you got sons working for you. I mean, it's a family-owned and
Oh,
operated
yeah.
kind of business, and your boys are here this summer helping
Yep.
out in a variety of ways.
Yeah, my son's here full time. My oldest son's here full time. Works, manages the brewery and does some deliveries and festivals. My youngest son's here for the summer. Unfortunately, my 16-year-old daughter is here every weekend. She hates it.
That's good. Character
But
building.
you know what? We're here. We're
Yeah.
here together as a
Yep.
family and
Making it happen.
Yeah, and that's how we enjoy each other.
All right, Dave Mansfield, co-owner, Three Brothers Wineries and Estates. Thanks for your time.
All right, buddy.